constantly waking up with scratches and bruises all over her body. She was constantly wanting to listen to some type of devil music. She was constantly wanting to watch gory movies. Like, this was a new thing for her. She was never like this before. I don't know about you guys, but this is giving me Conjuring vibes. One day, her and her husband are playing Call of Duty on the PlayStation, and her daughter is next to her, when all of a sudden her daughter starts screaming. She just starts saying, "Get me out of this house! Get me out of this house! I can't be in this house anymore!" Her parents are freaking out and they're like, "Oh my God, what is going on? What is wrong? What happened?" And she said that she saw somebody walk into her bedroom, but that somebody was Ashley. It looked exactly like her mother. So Ashley is like, "F this, I'm going in there to check this out." And her daughter just goes, "No, Mama, no, please don't go in there. She's gonna get you, please." So her daughter tells her that she wants to go to her Nana's house. So they literally had to pick everything up and they had to go to their Nana's house and bring their daughter there. And when they get there and they want to go back home, their daughter absolutely refuses to go back to home. So they have to go back home without her. And at this point, they don't know what to do. They're helpless. This is when Ashley became 10 times worse than she was before. She wanted nothing to do with religion. She wanted nothing to do with church. She wanted nothing to do with anything that had to do with God. She started having these horrible, horrible thoughts about her family. She started having thoughts, like every other thought she said was. So her mother-in-law is actually a sensitive. And so her mother-in-law was like, "There's something terrible in your house. I need to go over there and check it out." Her mother-in-law goes over there, walks into their bedroom, and all of a sudden she gets thrown across the room. Her head smacks against the headboard and she is like, "I'm out, I'm out." So at this point, they're like, "Okay, it's time to go to a pastor." So they go to their pastor and they're like, "Can you please help us? Something terrible is happening to us." And he's like, "Yes, we will help you." But in the meantime, while he is looking for help, their youngest daughter starts to act like a maniac, not herself, out of control. One night, she goes absolutely ballistic. She destroys the living room. She starts trying to attack Ashley and her oldest daughter, and then she grabs a shiny object and she tries to attack them with that object. Her husband gets home and he's like, "We're going to the pastor." So they go to the pastor and they're like, "We need help right now. Like, this is getting absolutely out of control." And he's like, "Okay, we're gonna find you help." He tells them that they need a deliverance and that there's people in Texas that can come over and help them do the deliverance. Night before the deliverance, whatever was in that house went crazy and it personally attacked Ashley. It attacked her multiple times. Ashley's eyes went black. Her facial expression changed. She changed entirely. She did not want those people to come over to the house when just the night before she wanted them there. The people from Texas ended up coming anyway, and this is where the story gets nuts. Whatever was in that house really wanted to get to Ashley, and they were going to use her daughter to do that. So as soon as those people came the next morning, the people from Texas came to do the deliverance, her daughter started acting possessed. As soon as the people from Texas show up, her daughter gets on all fours and just wildly crawls to her closet and shuts the door behind